everybody. Welcome. And look who I have. I want to say, look who the cat drug in. Oh my gosh. Thanks, Linda, for being here. How
Oh, it's
fun.
my pleasure. What a beautiful day to do it too.
Oh my gosh. Listen, some people in the chat were saying they couldn't catch your show because Linda just finished a show on her channel and because they were coming in from the grocery store or whatever.
Right.
Go back and watch it. I'm telling you, I'm getting chills. The things that you were saying about Easter and religion and about Jesus, and I'm not a religious person, and I know you said that you didn't grow up in a religious household either, but I'm telling you, you took me to church today. You really did. And it is so true. It's you just put it into words that I can't articulate what it really all boils down to, right? You really just
Well, that part that Jesus said to the Sanhedrin, basically the law of God is mercy. That's
mercy.
Just mercy. Mercy. If you don't show mercy, you got no business being here.
And boy, do we ever need mercy.
Yeah. But somebody reminded me, because I had about 3,000 people.
Yes, I know.
Aren't you late for Sue's show? And I said, oh, I gotta go, you guys.
It was fun. It was fun. I got to hang out with you there, and now you're hanging out here. So that was really, really cool. Really appreciate it. So wow. So you mentioned that your sons are hanging out, I think, with family, right?
Now they're in the other room and they're gaming. And then, it's no stress. Like remember in the days you had to go to people's houses and stuff.
Yeah. We're just cook and bring stuff.
Yeah. I'll just relax, and I've already made most of the food yesterday.
Fantastic.
So I'm ready to go. Just heat up my hams, my honey hams.
Awesome. Awesome. That is fantastic. And it's just you and the kids, not any extended family. No big crowds, obviously.
No. We've been out of that since COVID hit.
Oh, yeah.
My sister, her and her sons are just doing their own thing. But if somebody wanted to come over, I'd say, sure, come over. I wouldn't have a problem. But it seems like everybody's kind of like still not quite comfortable with being out there.
Yeah. COVID has changed us.
My front row, seat 37 and 38, front row, Paul McCartney seats at the Oakland Coliseum. And I'll be out there with my mouth just as big. Come on, virus, come on in.
When is that? That's awesome.
It's Mother's Day.
It's Mother's Day. Oh, congratulations. That's a good Mother's Day gift for you.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that is freaking awesome. That is so good.
I was looking for my connection to you. I got a thing from United that my trip to Phoenix has been changed. It scared me because we got to be there. It was like 10 minutes or something. I said, oh, that's cool. It scared me.
And you're getting, and they're talking about, I didn't hear this, but they're talking about the flights are going to go up. The plane flights tickets are going to go up.
And so that's why my sister and I probably even today need to sit down and get a date to go visit my cousin, Regina. She has ALS.
Oh.
Go into Oklahoma and visit her.
I'm so sorry. Wow.
As soon as I knew about New York, doing the event in New York, I bought tickets right away. That plane tickets.
Yes, get your tickets now.
Yeah.
And people should travel. I mean, people should get out this summer because we've been cooped up too long. So hopefully everybody will put a mask on or not, whatever you feel comfortable doing. And you'll have some fun this summer. Let's all stretch our wings and get out of our houses.
I for 2 years, I used to walk the dogs out at a beautiful lake out over not too far from me. And, since COVID, but now I'm going to start walking again. I don't know about Lulu. She's got that bad leg, but I might bring a little wagon. So if she can't do it, I can put her in the.
That's a good idea.
Wagon. Yeah.
That's a great idea. And I love that video. Okay. If you guys, like, a lot of people don't watch our community channels, or pay attention or catch it or whatever, you've got to go to Linda's community channel and you've got to look at the video with them, with Jack and Lulu, because it is hilarious. And again, we all need to lift our vibrations up and be happy. And it is so well done.
That's a beautiful top you got on right there.
Oh, thank you. I love that video of Jack and Lulu. Oh my God. The German, what was it? German Easter bunny?
The German Easter. Apparently Easter came from Germany. It was a little history lesson too.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it was.
But I was laughing. I was crying. I was laughing because Jack couldn't catch the ball.
Yes, I know. I was cheering. I was in my room going, "Come on, Jack!" My dogs were like, "What is wrong with you?" I was so happy that he finally caught the ball.
Hey, listen, does anybody notice if they think that? Thank you, Michelle, my bell. If they think that Jack and Lulu's lost some weight, I put them on that diet, and I think they're slimmer. What do you think?
Yeah, I think they're a little slimmer as well. Love Jack's little tie.
They got pudgy like their mamas, and the doctor would say, "These dogs are overweight," and I'm like, "Yeah, so."
It's their COVID weight. We all have a little COVID weight.
Girl, I lost 30 pounds, no joke. Gained it all back during COVID.
Oh my God.
Having a hell of a time getting back on track.
I know.
When I start walking the lake, I'll feel better.
Yeah, just get a wagon. I like that idea for the baby.
I don't care about being heavy set. Like I said, I'll be 70 next year, you guys.
No, she was telling me that before we went live. I don't believe it.
That's why I'm retiring, because I turned 69 this year and I turned 70 next year. And it's time for me to chillax and do more shows like Sedona and stuff.
Oh my God, that's exciting. That is exciting. And New York.
Thank you. Jess just said Jack and Lulu. Yeah, we're going to the Catskills. That will be my first time. Trish says I was cheering when Jack caught the ball.
I was too. I was like, please don't end this without him catching the ball.
Right.
Yes. You guys, I don't know, Linda. I don't know. We didn't talk about what we wanted to do. I don't know if you want to answer questions, or if you want to talk politics, or what would you like to do?
However you want to do it. So how should we honor this beautiful Easter day? What do you think?
Well, I mean, come on. Coming off of your show where you did this amazing, uplifting
I don't know if politics is necessary. If somebody's really worried about something, I'd be happy to address it. Do you ever answer personal questions or?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I kind of feel like these days that's where we can help people. Right. I mean, sometimes I feel like I'm a little too concerned with politics, although I will say this, because I wanted to mention this. Have you seen the video that Tucker Carlson did, The End of Man? Because you're going to die. He did this production. I don't know. It's Tucker Carlson Productions, but it's these pictures. It's this video of all these men, and they're chopping wood, and they're milking cows, and they're doing some things. And then there's a naked man standing in front of this contraption that it's like a parking meter, if you will, and it's emanating red light towards his junk. And I'm like, what is going on in this video? I mean, like, what is going on? So it turns out that Tucker Carlson thinks that this red light can increase men's testosterone. and the whole video is called The End of Man, or The End of Man.
God.
And I'm just waiting. Somebody already dubbed YMCA over it, because it just looks like a really bad rendition of some sort of gay man's private sexual fantasies. But any gay man that I know would never be caught milking a cow. I don't know what this is about. I don't know. I think psychologists are going to have a heyday with it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, some people saw it.
A little blurb with Jon Stewart years ago with Tucker Carlson. And he said, how old are you, man? And Tucker Carlson said, I'm 35. And he said, and you still wear a bow tie.
Yes.
Perfect. It was perfect, you guys.
Oh my God. That guy is so nuts. Yeah, the red light therapy. And so do Republicans think that men are low testosterone, and this is like a national issue that we need to address?
women are no longer yes sir, no sir, sitting in the corner making meals. That women are becoming human beings now, and they're fully involved. And they think that women have. That's why they try so hard to take away women's rights. If it was up to them, we wouldn't be able to vote again. We've only had voting rights for 100 years.
Yeah.
Can I agree this real quick, Bridget?
Sure.
Bridget Gee.
Bridget
Gee, Gee, 11:20 a.m. A question about having mercy.
Oh, 11:20 all the way up here. Okay. Oh, well, that's 12:20 my time. Or no, 1:20 my time. Got it. Okay, I can do the math.
Does having mercy, because on my previous video I was talking about the rule of man, of law of God is mercy. That's what Jesus said to the Sanhedrin. So
absolutely.
Does having mercy mean being in contact with people who've been abusive towards you? And this is what I want to tell you, Bridget, is that if you identify that they were abusive towards you, then you're already kind of on the wrong step out. Now, you didn't deserve that, that's for sure. But if you're looking at what you got to do is take it and just say, too bad that they're like that. That's a shame. Then you wish them well on their way out the door. Do you know what I'm saying? By mercy, I mean, you don't have to go peace, love, dove. What, and it is tough to do, you guys. When someone smacks you, they say, give them the other cheek. But I'd already have killed them in the meantime. Because I've got a knee-jerk reaction if somebody's abusive towards me.
Yeah.
But by showing mercy is that, understand, for them to even have opened that door to be abusive towards you, there's something wrong with them. It's not you. That's their problem. That you step out of their life. You don't have to be in their life. But anybody that's been abusive towards me, I send them love on the way out the door.
And you talked about your father and about how now you're in this sort of observer energy where you're not emotionally triggered.
Right.
And maybe you have to kind of get to that point,
Yeah, he can't trigger me. He used to scare me so much. He could just give a look on his face. I'm a grown woman and I would feel like this big. He's frightened me. I lived in fear because he was violent, But then there just came the point that he had no power over me anymore. And then I released it. I just said, no, I don't have any more knee-jerk crap. This is how you know if you've gotten rid of that energy, is if your reaction about them sometimes causes that anger. And that takes a while to get out of the picture. You have to be in a state of well-being, and vibrationally, that light can heal you of everything. Let the light in, let it sizzle, let it burn it right out. And also remember, my dad was raised with a crazy drunk father who was a paranoid schizophrenic, and he used to threaten to kill him all the time. So thus it didn't excuse him to beat children. But still, in a way, I see where he came from. So, there was parts of him too that, like we always got to go to Yosemite and Disneyland every year. He loved to take his family camping, and he was young. He was 20 when he had me, and my mom was 18. So he loved to be out there and go getting, and he was a fireman and he loved his job. And, and I thought we lived fat, but, he struggled too. But he just didn't like you to look at him wrong. Don't you dare question him about anything.
So he had his triggers. He had his triggers that he was dealing with. So you basically saw the humanity in him. You saw him as a little boy. You saw what shaped him, and you sort of made peace with that. Of course, once you were safe, we have to be safe physically.
Right.
Very, very interesting. And someone asked a question about, in my last video, somebody asked me a question about, are ascended masters walking on earth? So
absolutely.
Is Jesus Christ or Buddha or Kuan Yin or anybody, are they here? And are they in Ukraine?
Remember when Jesus was the one in the field when they went to go to the tomb to give him his herbs and the fresh clothing when Mary went, and he said, woman, Why do you look for the living amongst the dead? Jesus is not there. And let me tell you, he shows up. I'm telling you, he'll show up in physical form. There's a lot of masters that show up.
Yes, I agree. I agree. And I think they're there in physical form. Um, I don't know how to explain it except for that I think that we're all, it's just like Linda said earlier in her show, there's a little piece of them in all of us, right? But I do think that at some points that energy can drop down into, say, a medic or a soldier or somebody who's doing something to help someone who's genuinely, coming from their heart.
Right. Well, there's a book by Annalise Skarin. I think it's Skarin. It's a hard read, you guys, but it's called Ye Are Gods. She was a Mormon woman whose daughter was dying, and in her throes of grief, she literally handed her daughter to the other side and said, if she must die, then fair enough. It's kind of like what happened to me, what I told them when they said, there's no such thing as death. And I said, oh, you're right. Listen, if I'm going to die, I'll die. I have faith that it'll all work out. And I handed myself over into thy hands. I commenced my spirit. And something happened to me. And same thing with her. Something happened to her. And she quotes a lot of Bible stuff. I never sat down and read the Bible. I do quotes here and there. I don't like anything written by man. Some was inspired, yes, but sometimes you wonder,
Yes. The translation, the translation of what it was.
Well, yes. The Bible tried to push down women too.
Yes.
Constantine, they didn't want us to know that Jesus was married and had one woman he loved. Any rabbi would have been married. So what did they do? They made her out to be a prostitute.
Right. Right. And women couldn't even, if you were educated, you were in the clergy. That was the only way to be educated, was to be in the clergy, and women weren't allowed to be educated. And they're just finding out that women did a lot of those very intricate drawings. They're discovering that those were women in those, monasteries that were, very talented, but they never got any credit. It was always a man's name at the bottom.
Right. And especially the religious people, the churches, the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll ever see a female pope?
Yeah.
Women have their place. That's how women weren't supposed to take birth control. You had no choice. You're supposed to have, and so many people so faithful to the church had tons of kids, had no business having kids.
Yes, yes, especially with the Catholic, right? I mean, I grew up in a Catholic neighborhood, and all my friends had 6 brothers and sisters, or 8 or 10, and their parents sometimes had 16, and like you're saying, it's like you can't sustain that, it's very interesting. Yeah. And not to be down on religion or on men, but just our 2 cents.
It was, like I said on my show, women didn't even get to vote till 100 years ago.
And they had to fight for it, right?
Hey, I couldn't have a credit card until 1970 something.
Yeah, that's just amazing, isn't it? Thank you, Marie.
When I went to school, we just started when I started high school. So you guys know I graduated in 1971. So in 68, I mean, we could just start wearing pants to school. And then they finally said you could wear sandals. You couldn't wear sandals.
Oh, wow. It's so weird. And it seems like we're going backwards, doesn't it? In a lot of ways with some of these laws. And
yeah. So what are you doing today, by the way?
I am just going to a friend's house for dinner, so I don't have to cook or clean anything. And he's an amazing cook, and they're like family to me. So it's really nice.
What kind of food is it going to be? You know me, I got to know about.
Oh, he's country. He's good. He's such an amazing cook. It'll be ham and turkey and all the things that and you know what's even worse than that? He cooks 3 or 4 pies. He cooks a cake. Oh yeah,
I made apple pie yesterday. Hey Rob, thank you.
You had apple pie. Is that your favorite?
Well, yeah, and I got vanilla ice cream, and I'm making brownies.
Oh, nice.
Brownies. And you have a little vanilla ice cream.
with your brownies.
No, but like my kids, they're no kin of mine. They don't really care about sweets and chocolates.
Your kids are no kidding. It's funny.
I said that they must have switched you guys at birth because my kinfolk, well, we live for dessert. If it was up to me, when I go out to eat, I'll order dessert before I order the meal.
First.
Dessert is my thing.
Me too. But think about it like this. You didn't have kids stealing all your chocolate, eating all the ice cream. You had that for yourself.
Right. Oh, my parents used to take all our Halloween candy, put it in a big bucket, put it way up where we couldn't reach it, and then they filtered it out to us. It's so funny. They were strict about us having soda pop. We couldn't have Coke, or they'd have those big 16-ounce, big old tall. I can hear my dad when we were in bed. Evelyn, would you like a soda? We wish we could have a soda. But guess what they made? Gallons of Kool-Aid.
Oh yeah, with how many cups? I mean, whole cups of sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was 5 cents a packet for the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, the little bitty packet, but you would put like 3 cups of sugar in it. Oh my God. Thank you, Martine. If you guys do super chats, I'll be happy to, Linda's going to be donating to Sean Penn. Is it called Core? He has,
Core.
a not-for-profit.
Dan saw him on a show, and Dan got so intrigued by him because the work that he does for Ukraine, remember, he was the one that was over there when President Bush wouldn't send people to
Haiti or Dominican Republic. Puerto Rico.
The hurricane.
Yeah, Puerto Rico.
No, the hurricane.
Wasn't it in Puerto Rico?
Everybody was in the big baseball thing.
Oh, right. Oh, right. Oh, you mean Katrina? Go all the way back to Katrina. But he was also in Haiti and all these other places.
He was helping people.
Wow.
Yeah. So, there's some things about him that bug me, but the fact that he's a humanitarian, I like.
Yes. Humans are complicated.
Yes.
We're complicated people. But yes, so Linda's going to be donating to that. So if you guys do 2 super chats, I'll donate it, all of that also to that same organization. Because he came back and said, what did Sean Penn say? He said Zelensky was made for this. Did you guys see that quote? It's like, wow.
No.
Sean Penn said he was born. He was born for this. That's what Sean Penn said. Like the same way I feel about Biden. Like Biden was supposed to be our president at this time. He's divinely guided. Right. I kind of think the same thing about Zelensky. He's supposed to be there in charge at this time. He's divinely guided.
So interesting. And I was talking about it on the show, Susan, did you know Biden was going to be the one right off the top?
No, I didn't. No.
I knew it was a gray-haired man and a woman with dark hair.
Yeah.
But I thought it might be Bloomberg or whatever.
Bloomberg, yeah. But I was with you for a while there too.
When he was in the debate, he was coming off real low energy. And yes, so then all of a sudden I saw the light. I saw him engulfed in light. And I said, oh my God, it's him. And that's when Roosevelt came through to me. And President Roosevelt said, yeah, he's the one, and he's going to bring on something like the New Deal.
Fantastic. I got that too. I got it later than you, but yes, absolutely. The New Deal. And he's doing it. Biden is like super powered or supercharged. I mean, he's over there.
When they say 33% approval, 33%, 33% approval rating, it doesn't.
No, you know what? I saw a really good post on Twitter that said his approval rating is actually 40, but the news is reporting that's his lowest poll. So if you look at all the other polls, but 40 is pretty low too. And I don't understand it, but I think that he's going to gain popularity. People are going to figure it out this summer. He's saving our bacon right now. The Fed.
Really fabulous is that the Republicans don't have to debate. We don't have to
my God. No,
we don't have to. So guess what? While people are struggling out here, this president's going to come forward and he said he's going to give a game plan of what we're going to do. Like right now, they're working on the price of gas, but he's going to come forward. Like they're telling people, all these oil companies bought up all this land that aren't drilling, drill or get the hell out.
Yes, that's right.
So
here's your leases. Get them or shut up. Put up or shut up.
my words on this. I think it might happen. I don't know if it's November by November or if it's by 2024. There's another check coming.
You think he's going to cut another check? Wow.
Another check. Well, they're talking about giving families, that have a car, a break, $500, $600, $800. So we'll see. Thank you, Dee. Thank you, Catherine.
Yes, thank you so much. So I got to ask you, because I got to tell you, I'm on the ropes about this. Like, I'm a little panicked. In the past, I've always seen Beto, who's running for governor here in Texas. I've seen him not winning, but lately I feel like the energy has changed and he might win. And you see him winning, right?
Well, do you remember when I don't know how long you've watched me, but when
forever,
when he was running for Senate,
yes,
I used to say he's going to win. And then right in the middle of a read, my guide stopped me. Ooh, thank you, Mags.
Thank you, Mags.
My guide stopped me and said, "Oh, Linda, we're sorry. He's not going to win, but he will win. Don't worry." And so I told everybody, "Oh my God, you guys, I was wrong. The guys just said he's not going to win, but he will win. Don't worry." So I knew he was going to run for something else. And this is what he's running for. That's why I feel he'll win. They may turn around and tell me, not this one. Maybe he'll run for president. I don't know.
Right.
I feel he'll win because Abbott is shit. How about you? How's the grocery stores?
Exactly. Yes. I mean, as if it couldn't get worse. Abbott, if you guys don't know, our Texas governor, he's doing all these ploys, like, right, he loaded up these immigrants and bused them to the DC. Isn't that against the law? You can't just put illegal immigrants on a bus and send them across the country, can you?
And by the way, somebody in Washington's already told Abbott he's not announcing it, and he's been told you're going to be under arrest for transporting human beings. And I'm telling you something else. He dropped this whole stop the trucks, because his Texas is totally furious at him.
Yeah, that's right. So he was stopping the trucks at the border, that people that don't know, and we're talking about produce. And what happens is whatever nationality the truck driver is, they drive it across the border, and then a United States citizen, whatever, gets in the truck and drives it the rest of the way. Well, so Abbott was stopping the trucks for an extra security check. And in doing that, he backed up all the produce trucks and the supply trucks coming from across, Mexico and the whole Central America for days. Thank you. And he made everybody mad. I mean, he made his own supporters upset. So, thank you, blessed 1111. So yeah, I think that might have sealed this deal. I think that's what you were seeing, Linda, is that he's going to win, because I didn't know these things were coming. That Abbott, I mean, we all know just how stupid he is, but I just didn't know he would be that.
Like your friend that's having the dinner, was he able to get produce at all, or did he even say?
He did. He was able to get it because he prepares super early. Like, because he cooks all those pies and everything, he starts usually a few days in advance.
Okay.
So he was able to get everything. I think there was one thing he couldn't get.
Bought some oranges, and she said they were mildewed when she got them home, and the watermelon sucks.
Well, I have to admit, yeah.
An idiot. But I guess it didn't affect California, right? They must come through a different route.
Well, I think you guys have a lot of agriculture yourselves too.
Yeah.
And then you have southern Mexico down in that area. Thank you, Constance. I'm going to donate all of the the donations to CORE to Sean Penn.
How we get the amounts off YouTube. Be sure you take the percentage of taxes. You're going to have to pay taxes on us.
Yeah, they
That's
take.
What I wished I'd remembered, because if I put it directly to this program, I don't have to worry about taxes. So next time I'll do that.
Yeah, it was Easter. We were preoccupied.
We were just happy to talk to everybody, and so the Easter Bunny didn't bring me no candy, you guys.
I got
snow chocolate. Oh, you got a piece of chocolate?
Look, he's already missing his feet.
It's the cruel world. It's
a cruel world out there, you guys. Oh my God. The biggest Easter bunny I can find. Well, darn, but you've got brownies and ice cream. That's pretty good.
Vanilla ice cream. I don't say vanilla. I don't know who used to say vanilla. Like my kids when they were little, they used to like to go to the House of Pancakes.
Pancakes. There you go. I love it.
I go to the House of Pancakes.
Oh my God. Thank you, Lily. Oh my God. I love it. I love the way kids talk. That is fantastic. So yes, Linda was talking earlier about love, and I got to tell you a hit that I got, Linda.
What?
And I got it before your show today. Like we just be minding our own business, Linda and I, and the guides just pop in and talk to us. We can't control it. And they told me you've got a boyfriend coming in.
What? A lot of psychics have been telling me that. I'm like, I'm the girl. I've been married 3 times. And fortunately, I've been there, done that, bought the t-shirt, I'm not looking for love.
That's when it comes, isn't it? Isn't it not looking?
Well, listen, we've had that COVID, but I'm getting ready to do a lot of traveling, so I don't know. I just can't see it happening.
I know.
My downtime and cutting gas when I feel like it.
Eating vanilla ice cream and brownies.
And the dog's looking at me like, what
was that?
Mama, who died? Oh, Lord, who died?
Jack is blaming Lulu.
Yeah, Kim, I'm going to be on with Medium Kim. We got a show coming up.
That's cool. Awesome. Hey, Kim.
I waited almost 18 months for the psychic everybody was recommending. He's nobody that or even I knew. And God bless him. The first thing he said when he started reading me is, there's a man coming in your life. And I was like, I don't really want to know that, but okay. Okay.
Well, just forget that any of us said it.
Okay.
Because it's nice to be surprised.
Is it someone from this realm or a different realm?
No, it's somebody living and breathing.
Okay.
A human, living, breathing human.
Is it somebody I've known in my life?
You're scaring me. Are you seeing a ghost over there?
No, there's these 2 little birdies that are nesting. They're so cute.
Aw.
I got to take a picture of them because they love to sing. So I wanted to ask people what kind of birds they are. But I don't know. They're I don't know. Gerard Butler. That's my girl. Christine knows what time of day it is.
There you go. Mm-hmm. No, I don't think you know this man. And I really like his energy, and he's not like anybody that you've ever dated before. And that's because you're a different person. You are a completely different person now than you were last year or 3 years ago. And I feel like you're still changing, right?
Right.
Thank you, Lisa. And so, I don't think you needed this time alone anyway to do that transformation that you've been doing, because you've really, I think, had a sea change of your attitudes and how you understand the world.
The good news is I'm just happy.
And that's perfect.
And sometimes getting in a relationship can cause a whole vast of emotion. Hey, Melissa.
Thank you, Melissa. Yes, it can. And I get it. I'm single too. So it makes me nervous. I don't want to talk about it. Like, let's skip the subject. But if you will forget about it, because if we know and we're looking, we'll kind of get a little too tense about it. But
young kids I read, where is he? When's he coming?
Yes, I know. Yeah. When is my true love? I can't wait. And I'm like, girlfriend, you can wait.
Exactly.
It's a good idea to wait. Regina says in Oklahoma, is that Regina? Your Regina? She says you're going to get a boyfriend. Oh, Lord, please, Lord, don't let her get a cowboy from Oklahoma. I don't know if that's exactly the change we were talking about, but you never know. Spirit works in funny ways.
My parents were from Oklahoma, and even though my dad could be so angry, they were solid people. They would never go out to hurt anybody, except their own children. But my dad never had bills or anything.
Mm-hmm. Sonia says he's going to enhance your spiritual work.
Whoa.
What Jasmine says, stay away from that species. You've had enough. Well,
Oh, I'm not looking. I'm not
she's
looking
not looking. The sign still says closed, out of order.
out of order. Out of order.
But anyway, I just thought I would mention that. It came in today. And you have free will. You can always look the other way when he comes by.
Yeah. Yeah. So enough about me. What do you guys think of me?
Yes, enough about Linda. Let's see.
Listen, you guys ask some questions.
Yes.
Judith from the Netherlands. Wow.
Yeah. Hey, Judith. Good to see you.
One of the ones that wants to join NATO.
Finland. Is it Finland? Or you guys help us out. I'm so sorry. I'm going to apologize as a Texan, sort of part-time Texan, that I get those countries mixed up. Netherlands, I think it's Finland. Let us know, Judith. I know you're here. There's 2 countries. How many countries do you see joining NATO? Because I see at least 3 joining NATO.
Finland and Sweden.
Finland and Sweden. Okay. Do you see more countries joining? Do you see Ukraine joining NATO?
Oh yeah, definitely. After all this is over. Oh God, yes.
These people are hilarious. That is hilarious. Yes. And so I see the same thing you do. I see Ukraine getting rebuilt. I see it rising from the ashes like the phoenix. And I see that
you said Sean Penn said he was made for this. This guy was a comedian.
I know.
And
right? And an actor.
I knew the minute he told, oh, Holly, thank you.
Thank you, Holly.
I knew the minute he told President Biden,
yes,
I don't need to escape. I need
ammo.
I need ammo.
Yeah, I did too. I was like, whoa.
And even at a certain point in the beginning, he said, I don't know if I'm going to live or die. I mean, they really thought, and Russia thought the same thing. We'll be done with this in a week.
Yeah. Boy, were they wrong.
Do you pick up on Putin's energy, or do you?
Yeah, he is mad. Like you said earlier, he is definitely angry right now. He's putting people in prison, his own people in prison. He's kind of out of options. You know what I mean? They can't make tanks anymore because all their tank parts are made in Ukraine, which I think is funny. And they're running out of options. All they can do is lob, which is a lot. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I feel like he might do something rash, not nuclear, but something.
Like a rabid dog.
He's
cornered. So pissed off. He's going to make them pay.
Mm-hmm. But I see him gone. I see them taking him out. And I actually see Biden trying to get like SEAL Team 6 in there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or the Israelis or somebody to get in there. If they can't do it within their own people, or maybe to assist in some way. I can't believe he's not already gone, to be honest with you.
They were announcing too much. I even felt like a careful. Don't announce what you're doing. Don't announce we're shipping them 50 tanks on Tuesday. Don't be doing that. Just do it. Just keep it quiet.
Yeah.
That made Putin. And, he was warning us about sending them equipment.
Yeah.
Will pay beyond, whatever. Nobody cares anymore. It's like, whatever, sucker.
Yeah. I think we're finding out that Putin was a bully and a braggart, right? Right. His army wasn't what anybody thought it was. All of his weapons are sort of not very well taken care of. I think he's a paper tiger in some ways.
Trained. There was no.
Yes, poorly trained. And they didn't even want to be there. They weren't even.
A lot of them didn't want to be there. But what do you think about that? Do you think there's nukes in that ship that went down? I do. But the thing is, do you think people died on that ship? Okay.
I do. I think people died. I don't think they had enough rescue boats. I think they only had like 4 rescue boats that came in to get those, and the water was pretty cold. I think they were saying you could be like 2 hours maybe to survive in the water. They're just not very good to their people, are they? I mean, they don't really take care of them.
No.
Like Americans, you never leave a soldier on the field, never leave anybody behind. Russians are leaving people behind all the time. So,
and also I feel like Biden has taken a real special interest in Zelensky. Remember, Zelensky refused to lie about his son. He refused. Even though they desperately needed that money, he refused.
That's true. That is true.
So I almost feel like Biden is just absolutely adores Zelensky and that top brass. See, this is the thing. Zelensky was a comedian. Putin is not a very good war person. He's an idiot. Okay. He's a KGB man. He's got nothing. He knows how to be ugly. He don't know how to do real good war stuff. Zelensky is being carried by intel from us and UK, etc.
I agree.
So he listens to them and they're telling him, this is what you need to do. He's not really making the decisions.
Right. He's smart enough though, but that takes a lot of gravitas to follow somebody else's lead. Right. So, and we're training. Ukrainians are coming during the war. They're coming to the United States to get trained on these new weapons.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. So they're like shipping them over and shipping them back because they don't know how to use any of these newer weapons. So right. I think we're very involved. I think we've got special forces over there.
And what was I going to tell you? North Korea set off another missile today. So what's up with them? Are they hoping to get in with the in crowd when the nukes start flying? What are they doing?
I think they're scared that the whole world is coming together. I mean, look at everybody flocking to NATO. Zelensky and Ukraine have brought the entire world together. And I think that North Korea is basically saber rattling. They're saying we're mighty, we're big. Don't even think about coming for us. Right. I just think that that's what he's doing. He's just trying to prove that he's a big man in town. Don't come over here. Don't look at us. They're scared.
Right. Okay, good.
They're scared. I don't think they're looking for a fight.
Remember telling him, okay, come on, Rocket Man. And everybody was like, but ended up, he was a bully too. He just talks trash. And then Trump called him out on it. And then next thing he wants to be his new best friend because Putin said to him, hey, if you want to get good with this guy, blow smoke up as you know what. And that's what he did. And then, and then
they were best friends. They were in love, right?
We got the best relationship. Yeah.
Yes. And so we should say it here for once and for all. Like I keep telling people, Trump is not ever going to be president.
No. Not
and it's God bless you guys have PTSD. And everybody keeps asking me that question. I'm like, he's never going to be president.
I don't mind them because they're scared. We think he'd win the first time.
Yeah, that's true.
I never made a prediction, but I'll be honest to God, I know it made total sense to me when my guides told me to tell everybody, he never really won.
I agree.
He cheated with Russia. And that will come out. So he will be proven to be an illegitimate president. I'm telling you right now. Even Jimmy Carter said it. He said one day it'll be announced that Donald Trump was an illegitimate president because he used a foreign influence to win. That's why when they got into the White House, Jared was like, we need a backdoor with Russia. Russia's our friend. The boys were saying, oh, yeah, we didn't need to get money from the United States. We get it from Russia. Right. And we're all, yeah. And then, he's a heathen. And he'll keep all that money, by the way. All that money, the billions that he's gotten. They said all the people he says he wants to win, like Dr. Oz, negative. Who's the other guy? There's a bunch of them.
There's a Herschel Walker. You guys were talking about, he's not going to win. But I just don't see that. Yeah.
But he's not giving him any money either.
No, he keeps all that money. Come on. Yes, he sure does. So do you see us? I mean, it's a little bit early, and I know you're going to do your list of, who is going to win.
Where I go down and I got a 90% correct rate last time. So we'll see about this time.
Which is insane, right? I mean, statistically, you guys, that is, take that to the bank and just deposit it.
And it's not me that said it. It's this wonderful lady I meet who works with Democratic. She works in the Democratic system. She knows President Biden. She knows everybody. And she said to me and some other people took an interest in your list, and we took a copy of it. And at the time, I was 86% correct.
Which is amazing.
The two from Georgia hadn't won yet. And to be honest, they were thinking, well, if that's 86 is pretty good, because they didn't think
it is. 86 is amazing.
I said they would both win, both the Georgia ones. And when they won, they couldn't believe it. So she had to reach out to me and say, oh my God, girlfriend, you're 90%.
That's like a slam dunk right there.
I sat down and tried to figure out. I take her word for it.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. So do you think we're going to get Senate? You think we're going to hold the Senate and add more seats to the Senate?
We're adding more seats to the Senate.
Yes. Me too. How about the House?
The House, I feel, might be just close. It's close. But a lot of those guys are going. A lot of the ones that were in this thing.
Yep, I agree. I think it's going to be a lot of openings and a lot of flux, a lot of, everybody.
Places that are that's who they're very red.
Yes.
Like, although Kentucky has a Democratic governor.
Thank God. Yeah, right. And so does Louisiana.
Really? And I don't see DeSatan making a hit anymore.
I don't see that happening either. And if Beto wins Texas, I mean, you guys, we're talking about some big changes here. We're talking about a sea change of positivity coming.
Yeah. And somebody said, oh, but they're getting their secretary of voting or the state. They're changing them to Trumpsters. That won't allow the voting to go to the Democrats. I said, no, it'll play out in the Supreme Court. And they'll say, no, you can't do that.
Yeah, it'll play out. Plus, I think, there's only so much, like I think if we are 20% over, if we win by 20%, you can't deny that. I mean, that, it's when you get a little bit closer that they can sort of, switch the votes or challenge it. So I think everybody's going to come out and vote.
Made up those fake ballot. They all went down there, said we're supposed to be here. The Republicans, they have to cheat. Yes. And then the one black woman that was on probation didn't know she wasn't supposed to vote. Serving 5 years. But people like Meadows and all those white guys, they're getting off not free.
Exactly. It's wrong. It is so wrong. We've got to really start doing a better job of this justice, of equally meting out the justice.
One guy, he said, someone took my wife's vote, and he was in front of Fox News. Everybody was talking about him, Oh, yeah, the Democrats cheated. Someone took his dead wife's vote. It was him.
Oh, my God.
It was him.
Oh, my God.
And he got
make this stuff up.
He got like 3 months probation or something.
Oh, my God. Yeah, you can't make this stuff up. But it doesn't matter, because we're going to overcome. I really think we're going to overcome. We could overcome a little bit more, but we're going to overcome this.
We're going to overcome.
Yeah, somebody's asking about the $2 million for Jared from the Saudis.
$2 billion.
$2 billion. Yeah, $2 billion.
Yeah, it's all because he gave intel to chop that guy up into pieces.
Khashoggi, yep.
And that'll be up. And this is interesting, you guys, just FYI. I always saw Don Jr. in jail. And I always saw Jared Kushner going to jail.
You did see Jared Kushner? I always saw him running to Israel, but maybe we'll get him back.
But maybe Ivanka, and I never saw her going to jail. No. And I guess they acted like they were telling the truth when they talked. Jared and Ivanka were furious at Giuliani because I read that book, Peril, which I talk about a lot. And they were begging people, get Giuliani out of the room. But Trump wouldn't, because he was saying what he wanted to hear. And just like Peril was saying, these people who wanted to overturn the election were begging for proof that there was cheating. And they kept saying to Mark Meadows, give us something, anything. And they never did, because it was getting kicked out of the courts. They were saying, but it was cheat. They cheated. Okay, show me. And they couldn't.
And there was nothing.
Nothing.
And nothing. So you see Rudy going to jail?
Oh, God, yes. Rudy is so But that's what I was feeling. I was feeling them in there, and not necessarily implicating Trump. But they were just, it feels like they were talking about Rudy, like Rudy and what's her name? The Sidney Powell. I have proof beyond and Rudy said, I've got 1,000 ballots, 1,000 registrations here of people who are dead that registered to vote. And then when you ask him for it, he don't have it.
Nothing. So when do you think, I feel like all these things are going to start flying. I feel like, what do you feel about Garland? I mean, do you feel like he's finally going to
come through? And vibration, just like Marie's saying here, we need to go to a higher realm. Try not to hold on to this too much, because it's a double-edged sword. It's just like when people got mad at me when I said, you guys, one day my guide said to me, get off the Trump train. And I said, what? And they said, Linda, tell people to knock it off. We can't be doing, oh, he's this or he's that, or judging and all that, because it deters our vibration. It doesn't really affect him. He doesn't care what anybody thinks.
Right.
So, and when I first told everybody that, they were like, how could you act? I'm not asking to be nice about him. I'm just saying vibrationally, block him off. Like, I'll even turn, like if I have the news on and they're getting too much into the dirt, it's like, I'm not going to listen to this. I'm not going to listen to this fear-based energy. Energetically tell the universe, thank you, and thy will be done.
And then look for positive things in your life. Look for positive, because positive is coming, guys. We want to be aligned with that. We want to be in resonance with that.
And the other person that's getting ready, who will go down, is that guy from China.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're too plastering people and making them suffer. Something's going to happen in China too.
That's right. With COVID, right? You're talking about with COVID? Yeah,
but it's more than that. Down the road, Russia's not going to be our friend, but even China will turn around. They're not going to try to take over the world.
Yeah. Yeah, right. That's exactly what I see. It's like all the countries kind of coming together. That's us ascending. That's how the planet ascends.
That's how I ascended, so to speak, was because I handed myself over. Into thy hands I commence my spirit. Hand it over. Tell them, look, we want only well-being for mankind. Please help. If anything vibrationally we can do to help lift that energy, let's do it.
Absolutely. Which is laughing and having fun and self-care. Take care of yourselves, everybody.
Okay, so Roxanne just said Saudi Arabia is holding the oil in exchange for immunity for Khashoggi's murder. What will come of that? Well, you know what? Will Justice I can't even say his name. I saw his energy. He's a bright light.
He's a bright light.
He's a bright light. He's not.
And he was a bright light before.
He's not interested in any kind of drama, but there will be peace about his demise. People will, because they executed the wrong people, I guess. They just picked him out and said, oh, you're the ones that did it. But who's getting in trouble is Jared. I don't know why I know this. I just feel it. And that all that stuff that they took to the White House, that's even bigger than what we know.
Yes. Yes. I think Jared, they just showed me Jared holding the bag. You know what I mean? Like the bag with all the money, but also like, here's the evidence of the crime.
Right. In fact, it's going to get bad enough that Saudi feels like they're going to dismiss that guy, whoever the guy was that ordered It's
Yeah,
almost
MSB or MS.
somebody, but I feel like uh, Saudi Arabia is going to want to have better relations with us or with whoever, and they're like pushing them aside.
Yeah, there's a lot of intrigue going on in Saudi Arabia that I just learned about that. So there's the guy that ordered the two princes, the guy that ordered the hit, and then his uncle. There was a coup, and that's what Khashoggi turned. That's what Khashoggi did. Is he went to them and said they're going to replace you, and so they shipped that other prince. We don't even know where he's just disappeared, and everybody's really leaning on Biden to get involved with that and to get this other prince to find him. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. I mean, Biden can only do so much. I mean, this
Yeah,
is Saudi Arabia, I mean, what are you guys expecting?
yeah.
So some of these countries have gone a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, apparently. But it starts like what Linda's saying, it starts with people like like Jared. It starts with those people. You take those people and you get justice and you take them out, and then it sort of starts crumbling.
Yeah.
You sort of get into that, you know, that whole area, that whole group of people. So I think it's going to start crumbling, guys. I really feel positive about all of that. I feel positive about the House, the Senate. I feel positive about the summer overall. I think everybody should go out and enjoy themselves and get your family together, and like
Vibrationally higher.
mm-hmm,
Even if
stay
you're
as
by
high as you can.
yourself, just sit in nature, put your feet on the ground, connect to Mother Earth, and just vibrationally just throw that love out there and watch what happens.
And watch what happens in your life, right? Look to the light and the light will come back to you.
China,
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you what's going on in China. China's in a lot of trouble. I don't know why. It's not trouble anybody's trying to cause them. I feel they're in financial trouble. I think a lot of things are going on. Somebody told me they were in China not too long ago, and you can't breathe in China
Because of the air pollution.
They're so bad. They got to take care of themselves.
And is it China where COVID is really bad and people are starving because they won't let people come out of their apartments?
Horrible vaccines, by the way, that don't work.
Oh, bummer. Well, that's even worse.
Where it began.
Wow.
China
Yeah, right.
Terrible vaccines, and so now they're locking up everybody because people are getting sick again. But I'm telling you, this COVID, as many people are inoculated out here, I'm not feeling Armageddon anymore.
I'm not either.
I know a lot of people who've been like me. I'm triple vaxxed, double vaxxed as well as the two
boosted.
And they get a little bit of like a runny nose or something. It's like a cold.
Yeah, exactly.
But I do see they may say wear the mask, but
Right.
I'm not seeing schools shutting down. The government almost knows they can't do that again.
Exactly. Yeah. I agree. I totally agree with you. And there's a pill, right? There's a pill
that can fight this particular.
And I feel like we're going to get a test, take the pill, and then 2 days later be back at work. Like, I feel like we just learned how to deal with it.
Right, but China didn't do this for some reason. I don't know why.
I don't either.
So their people are getting sick, and they don't want it to. They're trying to block it, but they're doing it the wrong way.
They're doing it the wrong way. And look, if you think about it, Linda, so we've got all this pressure on the oil with the Saudis. And that's kind of pushing us towards electric cars. And then, COVID has made us all realize that certain countries should probably work together. Like maybe we shouldn't do trade with Russia or China. Maybe we should try to do trade with Canada and Australia and Europe so that we're all friendly and we don't, mess each other over. So I think this is going to change the whole world order.
The science, we're going to put more energy in it. And let me tell you something else. Putin fought so hard against Ukraine with NATO that guess what? Sweden and Finland is joining NATO now.
Yep.
He cut his nose to spite his face.
What an idiot.
What an idiot.
Yep. And this is what you're seeing. This is what I'm saying. Like here, Saudi Arabia is saying we'll hold the oil back. Well, the CAFE standards, which is the mileage cars have to meet, Biden just announced new CAFE standards. So our cars in 5 years will have to be, 40 miles to the gallon or whatever it is. So these people are cutting their noses off to spite their face. They're just pushing us to be more self-reliant.
And we're making our own stuff for computers and program. Biden is 100% make it in America. And that's what we're doing. And listen, these oil companies bought up lands in Oklahoma where my tribe sits. My lineage from my great grandparents, that has leases, mineral leases. We might get $1, $2, They're just letting it set. So
yes,
now Biden has said, use the land or we'll take it away from you. So guess what? If we need to drill, we'll probably be drilling more in the lands we already have.
And the lands we have.
And then your friend here is going to be making fat and you won't be able to reach me again.
You'll have $5 from those leases instead of $1.50.
I said, what happened to Linda? I'll be showing up with my gold glasses, with my little pooch, a little tiny pooch.
Oh, Jack and
leopard skin. You're all like, oh, please, don't do the leopard skin. Please don't.
I would love to see that personally.
Yeah.
And next year you'll be doing your thing at Vegas instead of Sedona. You'll be on the stage at Vegas. The Linda G Show, Vegas live. I can see that.
Jerry just said oil and gas have 9,000 leases they are just sitting on doing nothing. And Biden just said, get off the, or get off the pot.
I love it. I love Biden. He is telling it like it is. And Sherry's in Louisiana, so she knows about the oil and gas leases.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry, Andrea. She said they buried a good friend.
Oh.
3 years old. Ended up about 3 months ago. He had booster. It got him when his immune system was low. That's what's happening. And, my daughter, as you all know, has bad lungs. And she got COVID and she lived through it. It's just some people do good and some don't. It's interesting.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. And look, we're not saying that people won't get sick or even die from this. We're just saying that it's not going to be this big thing that's going to take over our lives, I don't think, anymore. I think it will show up in the fall, but I don't see it shutting down schools. I think we're going to have this system. We're going to get the vax. We're going to get the pill. They're going to develop a system that deals with it. I'm worried about long haulers. That's who I'm worried about. And these kids that are long haulers.
Yeah, it's so terrible. But you know what's so interesting? I went to my Safeway yesterday and most of the people are wearing masks still, even though it's not required.
Down here in Texas, we haven't worn masks in months and months and months and months.
Yeah. I mean, someone did once say, oh, you don't have to wear a mask. I said, yeah, well, my TB's acting up, so I thought I'd protect everybody.
My Ebola is acting up.
Some guy was in the elevator, I think, with me and my sister up in Vegas. Big Texan guy. And he said,
oh no.
Yeah, him and his wife, we don't wear masks in Texas. My sister and I are both breathing through respirators. And I said, yeah, my cousin's from Texas. I have a cousin from Texas. Yeah. But he died due to COVID. Oh, and that's the truth too. He did die due to COVID.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I wasn't that close to him. He was one of my auntie's sons.
Oh.
So.
Here's a quick question.
Huh?
Quick question about loans. What do you think about the student loans?
The student loan thing won't be 100% canceled. They'll work with people who aren't making that much money, though. I can see that. But the student loan won't be 100% canceled. I never felt 100% canceled.
I agree. They're loan sharks. Biden is over there trying to work with them and trying to get if you could just reduce the interest rates to something reasonable. then people could pay it back. You know, when I went to school, the rates were so cheap because it was government guaranteed.
Yeah, and I have a friend that she worked on loans, and they loved it, and they gave a real cheap rate, and then suddenly they said no. And then who took over? Was it the government?
Privatized. They privatized it. It's loan sharks. They basically gave it over to Guido.
Who was the president that decided that?
Bush.
Was it Bush?
I don't know if it was W or you guys know which president was. It wasn't Reagan. Reagan did a whole bunch of other things, but I think it was Bush.
Psychotic people. That's why you got so much homeless. We used to keep them like at Napa State Hospital and stuff.
That's right.
I had an uncle who was a paranoid schizophrenic. And then what did he do? He just released them out in the streets.
Yeah, he did. And that guy that shot up New York. I mean, when you look at him, he looks mentally ill to me.
Yeah.
He just has that kind of affect of mental illness.
Taylor, in fact, that guy that did that shooting will be found mentally incompetent. Taylor asked about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. I feel Amber is not going to win at all. Johnny's gonna
really? Oh, wow. You heard it here, folks.
Yeah.
You don't think
her assistant, the one who was with her 24/7, said she was mean and ugly to her, and not once did she ever see a mark on her.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Down. Amber Heard is going down.
Okay. Well, then, unfortunate for her because that's not going to be pretty.
No.
Wow. Well, I don't know. I think, do you have to run on, Linda? Do you have to get your brownies and your ice cream?
I have to get to my brownies and my ice cream. The kids have to have lunch, and my youngest son has to eat something. He wakes up late.
Oh, okay.
Well, you have to head out to your thing.
And I've got to finish this before I go. My friend, the same guy that I'm going to see, he calls it diabetical. He says, I'm not diabetical yet. And I'm like, and I was eating that rabbit, and I was thinking, I'm going to be diabetical if I keep eating this thing. He's got all kinds of funny ways of saying things. He's like, I'm not diabetical yet.
All right, girlfriend. Well, it was wonderful being. Well, we got to do this more often, and Jack is right on my lap here. He's like, Mama, come on. The door's closed because it's cold outside. And they have to go, you know what? They have to do their business.
Go do their business. Thank you so much, Linda. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you, sweetie. Thank you, you guys, for coming.
Thanks, everybody, for showing up and hanging out with us. Really appreciate you guys. Y'all have a great Sunday.
Your hair looks fabulous.
Thank you so much. It was not planned. I just went and said, I don't want to look like an old lady anymore. And then I came out like this.
I didn't think you look like an old lady at all.
Oh, my God.
Oh, well, okay, baby. You take care.
All right. Take care, everybody. Bye. Bye.